Very cool. More scenarios on being followed. Okay, so now it's a quiet place. Maybe it's late at night, you're coming from a bar, whatever it may be. You're on foot and this person is, you're in a quiet place and you're on foot and this person is potentially also on foot. Mm-hmm. So now you're not necessarily in a public, I guess you are in a public place, but it's just quiet and nobody's around and maybe there's not enough light around. So changes the situation a little bit because now people are scared to confront this guy because I can't run. Even if I scream or yell, I don't think anybody's around to hear me. So do I really want to confront this person and escalate because I know I can't run away fast enough because I'm in heels or whatever that might be. And then I don't have help. So in that kind of a situation, what do you recommend somebody do?
A lot of it's going to be the same. And you don't know that you don't have help, right? Because again, we throw the party, we bring people to it. I always will push to letting the person know that you see them following you because they know they're following you. So there's no surprise, right? Yeah. We talk about this a lot in police work. We talk about the person committing the crime or the harassment or the aggression. They know they're doing it, so you're not surprising them. So letting them know that you're in on the secret is going to help them understand that they're dealing with someone who is not going to ignore it. It's not going to let it happen. You're going to stop the problem from happening. And so, but that can look different, right? That can be I turn around and I yell at you to go away, or it can be I stop, I get a phone out and I look at you and maybe cross the street or move somewhere different, right? The way you confront can be within your own comfort zone, but ignoring is never going to be an answer I'm comfortable with because I want people to say, you talk about predator and prey. I want people to show that I am in control of my body and I am in control of the space around my body and I'm going to tell you whether or not you can cross that threshold or not. And so that's a lesson that I use a lot talking to young people, old people, anyone who's out there on their own. So it can look different, right? It might not be I scream, yell, and run. It might be I have my phone out, I'm looking at you. Maybe I'm taking a picture. Maybe I'm crossing the street and just getting it visible. Maybe I've keyed up 911, but I haven't hit send yet. You never know how close help is. You never really know how alone you are. There may be someone there that you don't know about, but you have every right to set that boundary and say, I see you, don't stop following me, and I'm going to change the course of how this confrontation is going to go. And sometimes they're really not following you. They're just on the same trail as you. Yeah. But I also know that when you give that cue to someone to say, hey, this is my space and you don't get to come into it without my permission, you're telling them, I'm gauging your response to that. And a person in our family think of someone in your family, someone you care about. And if you give them that reaction, they're going to probably go, whoa, okay, I'm out, and go the other way. But if they don't, then you start looking at, this is more serious than I thought.
Yes.
So I have just given you I see you, my phone's out, I'm crossing the street. And if it was my brother, one of them, they're probably going to go, we're cool, and keep going the other way. But if they don't and they follow you across the street, you're in a different playground now, you're in different turf, and your rules of engagement need to start escalating up, and you do likely need help.
Perfect. So. Yeah. So know that confrontation doesn't always have to be that direct. You can just look at the person, acknowledge, because what we tend to do, and what I've noticed this a lot, and especially amongst women, because that's the area we're working, right? Especially amongst women who are followed, that they tend to ignore the person by trying to walk fast or pretend something. Now think about this, right? The person who's following can see that change in behavior. So it's just empowering them, knowing, hey, she's acknowledged me, she sees me, and now she's not doing anything about it. So we don't want to do that, but confront that person at whatever level of comfort you are, and your voice is a weapon. So you can't get booked for assault for just using your voice. So do scream. If in that case, if you're comfortable and if you can practice that, do use your voice, right? Yeah. That can attract attention. Maybe somebody would hear you. So